Welcome to the Controlling Cash Flow and Credit Club, where we talk home-based business, income shifting strategy, and credit repair with your host Melissa King, my econ, and Tony of the Tony Clopton Show. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment. Now let's do this.
You might listen to your parents, they'll tell you, go to school, get a job, get your pension, get your 401k. But the problem is that things have changed drastically. With 401ks, they don't appreciate enough for you to keep up with inflation. You're going to have $300,000 by the time you retire. That's nothing. That's not going to do anything for you. If you retire at, let's say, 50, 60, you think 300K is going to save you? You're going to have to probably pick up another job again. You want to work in your old age like that? When your parents bought a house, houses were like 50K. Now, the average home in the United States is somewhere around $350,000. Taking advice from people that come from a different era that don't deal with the same financial hardships and obstacles that you deal with might not necessarily be in your best interest.
Wait. Now what happened to Tony? There we go.
Yeah. Old folks in technology. Yep. Awesome intro. The other part kind of shaky.
Whatever.
All right. What's happening, y'all? What's going on out there? Social media world. We are back. It's Thursday.
Most definitely Thursday. And you know what? The most important thing. Today is the beginning of Aries season.
Aries.
It's only the best and the first, usually, zodiac sign on the calendar. And it starts
today. Okay.
Today.
Well, happy Aries Day.
See, I got it right across the screen at the bottom. It's Aries season. It's Aries
happy Aries season.
Thank you. See, I don't give you no flack about Libra season. You and Pandy. So I'm gonna need you to get excited about Aries season.
Energy. Okay.
All right. That's right. Keep saying it. That's right. Okay, hey Jaden. We got Jaden in the building.
Jay Don, what's up now? How y'all? How you doing?
Thanks for coming through. Our first guest today.
All right.
All right. So let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
We're gonna keep this thing short and sweet.
Yeah.
He's not his head like he ain't sure.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm with that.
Okay, so today, thanks for joining us. Like Tom said, today is Thursday. A great day to be a home-based business owner, like every day is. And you gonna come in and say hi?
Yeah, and I'm saying we're gonna say a little bit.
Make it quick.
Anyway, we're prepping for a blog review today. One of our assignments was like to choose between an influencer and entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's fitting.
Yeah, and I chose both. Like basically, like how related to me.
All right.
Also, hi guys.
Hey now.
My little influencer / entrepreneur.
Okay.
Coming through and staying on subject.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's an Aries too.
Aries, what?
Her birthday is Monday. Okay, let me focus. Bring it back in. Okay. My name is Melissa King. I am a home-based business owner. It is a great day to be a home-based business owner. Why? We're going to tell you. We come on here and tell you every week. So if this is your first time hearing it, pay attention and come back next week and hear it again. Yep. I have been a home-based business owner for going on 9 years. 9 years of improving my credit, 9 years of hiring my child, 9 years of making bonus income just for referring people to this business and telling them how it can help them. Paid off a lot of debt, a lot of great things. So I did all that based on me trying to be nosy and keep up with what Dr. Clopton over there was doing. Because he was around here posting stuff on social media about all this cash he was flowing, cash flow. What the heck is cash flow? What that mean? So I kept watching the videos and he wasn't telling me enough, how they just tell you enough to get you interested, to pique you. So finally, I couldn't take it no more. I called him. I was like, what you doing? So he told me about My Econ, which is the home-based business company that he and I both started. He's been here longer than me. He rolling up on 9 years and a couple of months, right? Mm-hmm. So basically, this is a financial success business. So we come on and share our testimonies, share our stories, share some basic financial facts that you may not hear every day because a lot of people don't like talking about money. So we here to cover all that. So without further ado, my guest over here, my guru, the professor who has a PhD in money. He has a PhD, is not from Harvard, not from Yale, not from Princeton. It's from the School of Hard Knocks. So best believe that he didn't get out there and ran through and tested and rise and fall and all that. So now he's here to share his financial expertise with us. That's a clap.
Thank you. And thank you for that awesome introduction. I'm going to tell y'all some of the accolades don't apply, but I have been through a lot. I've learned some things in this business that they don't teach in school. They don't put it in anybody's colleges. And I can tell you, we've been mentored by multimillionaires. And they say getting wealthy is subject specific. That means you're going to have to do some instructional stuff to get wealthy. You don't have to go to school. I can tell you, there's nothing wrong with having a college degree. Nothing wrong with learning the Pythagorean theory and pi and the trigonometry. Ain't nothing wrong with none of that. But a lot of times you can't apply it to life situations. One of the co-founders of this awesome company, he speaks of this. He said, building wealth is subject specific. There's a combination of things that you have to do that's not being taught in school. And we've actually joined a company that teaches and educates and package this thing so anybody, the average person, can follow. I'm good with instructions. I'm process driven. If you can train somebody at a job to do a particular job for a company, you can also train yourself with these wealth building strategies to get wealthy. And I think everybody has an option, whether you're going to be, I hate to say it, whether you're poor, middle class, or wealthy, but you have to apply the information to get to that next level. And like Melissa said, we've been in this thing for about 8-9 years now, and I'm really starting to pick up traction. Now, today's topic, we're talking about, the differences between how you build your business, online versus brick and mortar. So Melissa, let's try to give the people some insight excuse me, on how, kind of building your business is a little bit different from the brick and mortar and vice versa. So we know people will tend to do both, but where are people getting their most success from? What do you think?
So basically we are comparing an online business to go out shop business. Okay. Well, if it weren't, I wasn't to say that. I was going to say, if it weren't for the face-to-face businesses, we may not have gotten to the online business. Because think about it. In order to figure out how it was going to work virtually, you had to know what the experience was going to be like at the brick and mortar. When people are coming in and being able to meet the demands. If you don't know anything about either one, you kind of in trouble. So I'm gonna say, for me personally though, virtual is gonna be the best. I'm gonna tell you why. Virtual means I can do it from anywhere. I can do business from my car. I can do business sitting here. I can do business at my parents' house. Wherever I go, I can do it. Now, the other advantage is, well, I'm gonna throw a disadvantage in there. If your technology don't work, for instance, this 2016 desktop, they keep kicking me out. That will kind of limit your business. But the other good part about a virtual business is you can write off all of the equipment that you have to buy to make sure that your business is running smooth, because you need that to do your job. So how about that?
Yeah, I can see that. Let's talk about the brick and mortar. How some people feel like they have to have a big building on the right side of town. Think about lights, water, separate from your home. So you're going to create a separate place to do business. It looks like that is dwindling down. Like most companies, like we talk about Toys R Us, we're talking about some of the grocery stores like Kroger and Winn-Dixie, J.C. Penney's. A lot of these brick and mortar businesses are going out of business because of the online capability. People are feeling more comfortable about ordering and doing business online through the internet. And I see a lot of money being wasted, having to host a separate venue to sell a product. Now, you're going to go broke before you can even make your first dollar. So what our company, our business is, we feel like home-based business ownership is like you already paying cable and water and the rent at your property. Why not utilize the technology to build this with low overhead? And I think, to me, being successful in your business is kind of minimizing the overhead costs, because if you don't make $1, you're going to be in the red for a while, and nobody wants to be in the red, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Now, if you're selling a product where you have a lot of overhead, where you have products that you need to, have out. I mean, the brick and mortar may work better for you, because if it's more stuff than you put in your house, then that's one thing. But luckily, with our business, the good part is we don't have we have products, but we don't have to store products in the house necessarily. I was trying to find, because Tara, your classmate Tara, she sent a really good she shared a really good post, and it was a list of all of the stores that are going out of business. And then at the bottom it says something to the effect that if you don't have a home-based business, you might want to get you one. Because I know just recently, I was talking to my friends and they were telling me they're about to close 1,000 Dollar Tree, and I don't know if it's Family Dollar or Dollar General, one of those two that they're affiliated with. They're gonna close them. And I was like, think about how many people are gonna be out of work. But then when you compare, I personally am not a shopper. You have some people that enjoy shopping. They like getting out, they like feeling the material and trying the stuff on, and they get a whole thrill out of just going from store to store. And I'm not that person. So for me, when they started the online shopping, the only disadvantage is you can't try stuff on, of course. And if you get it the wrong size, if you are lazy like me, you may not send it back. So you'll have a closet full of clothes in there that you can't do nothing with. But all in all, being able to, Amazon had everybody spoiled. You would have thought I had an Amazon store during COVID, because we had so many Amazon boxes, but there is nothing. I don't know. I get a thrill out of being able to pick up my phone, no fuss, no fuss, and say, "Dog, I need I need a yellow shirt. Go in there, put it in, yellow shirt be here tomorrow. Not next week, not 10 days. They telling me to be here tomorrow. And I'm like, how about that? So I think we turning into, even though there are a lot of people still love shop and everything, I feel like we're turning into a virtual world.
Yeah. And
I really
I tell
do.
you another thing too is it's like when you think about it, when the price is right, it's going to force you to start buying because nobody wants to overpay, right?
Right.
So when you can see a product that's way below cost because it's online, you're not going to want to drive out across town to get something that you could have got online for, say, 50% off. And I think that's what's going on now is like companies realize that we can make more money and also give the customers a better discount or savings. Now, to me, and I'm gonna tell you, Melissa, we are in the perfect place to help people understand that affiliate marketing is big. I just opened up my TikTok shop today because I am the brand, and people have to realize if companies are giving money to sell a product, they're gonna also give you money for helping driving customers to them. So this is what we're doing in our business is like regular jobs are drying up. Companies are not paying employees like they should because they found a cheaper, faster way to get their products sold. So they don't really need a whole bunch of employees, and all they got to do is just share a little affiliate money, and everybody's happy, right?
Everybody
So that's
happy.
what we're talking about.
Well, let me put a little okay, I found the thing. And it says pay attention. Payless shoes, closed. Blockbuster, closed. Kmart, closed. Sears, closed. Radio Shack, closed. Toys R Us, closed. Circuit City, don't even remember them, closed. It says
Sears.
the largest, wait a minute, what happened to my screen? It's the powers that be. They don't want me to get their message out. And that leads me to something else I was going to bring up. I didn't know if you had been staying on top of this whole, them trying to remove TikTok.
Yeah.
And I don't usually follow news stuff. And my daughter kept telling me, she's like, Mom, they voted to take away TikTok. I said, they always trying to take something away. I don't pay no attention. So then I'm like scrolling through social media and seeing where they said it was like unanimous. They want to get rid of it. And so different people kept throwing out their conspiracy, but I think they own something.
Look, I'm gonna throw my conspiracy out there all day. It is because employees are figuring out that they can make more money from home than go to a brick job. And I'm telling y'all, anything that disrupts the power structure, I'm talking about those that are in control, those that are forcing you to have to work for 50, 60 years of your life. They don't like the fact, just like the NIL bill, they do not like the fact that you can make money without going and slaving for it.
What's NIL?
So it's where the athletes are being able to get paid for their likeness. I did a whole TikTok thing about it. The NIL is your name, your image, and your likeness. College players are being able to get paid before they get to the NFL. They're getting paid in college, not just the college. The colleges and the
it used to be like a violation or something.
Yeah, it used to be a violation, but they've opened it up. In which I say, think about it. An athlete mess around and get hurt during a football game, their career is over. But that school made millions of dollars off of that student. And most students, and I was in college for a brief moment. We struggling. Nobody has money. They nickel and diming up just to get a meal every now and then when the calf closed up. And it's like, man, if somebody dangle a few dollars, a couple of $100,000, people gonna take it,
Right.
But now I appreciate that, but it's a lot of the power structure do not like the fact that these students are being able to make that kind of money, even more than the coaches. They're getting big dollar deals, you know.
And
So,
you said the operative word, power.
Yeah.
When people when people don't need you, you know, you lose power.
Yeah.
My
So, you
screen
know, it's a
time.
lot of people they jerking, they bucking against that, and even for myself, we are in the auto industry. You know, it's a big thing about unions coming into a lot of companies, but the thing about it is the power structure hasn't realized that if people are struggling, they cannot perform their job worried about rent and mortgage. In some cases, being able to get to work, you know, because of the gas prices. So it's like it has to be fair.
Either they don't get it or they don't care.
They don't care. It's all about profits. So I get it, but it's something has to change. And I think that, you know, that video that you played, it's like, you know, what we learned from our parents was to go to work, you know, go to school and get a job, let the 401k. Now, a 401k is not enough because a lot of the times when you're investing in a 401k, it's not outpacing inflation. 10 years ago, a house was $100,000 and now it's $300,000, $400,000. It's like, I cannot afford a $300,000-$400,000 house off the pay that I make. And it's almost like it's putting people in debt and they're having to work longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I know exactly what you're saying. And it's crazy because, you know, I think I mentioned this the other week. I was looking at my 401k because, you know, I told you I got a late start. I could have had a really good amount saved, but, you know, I didn't realize the value of doing that at an early age. So every time, even if I started when I cashed it out, I'm like, I got plenty of time. So I actually didn't start mine until I was 40 when I joined this company. So I'm looking at it the other day, and at first I got excited because I was like, oh, I'm finally at 100,000. And then I thought about it. I was like,
that ain't no money.
How long can I live off $100,000?
Right.
Maybe a year.
Right, yeah. I'm telling you, they done moved the goalposts. It's like even $1 million ain't gonna be a million. It's not gonna be worth anything. If houses keep going up and your pay is flatlining, you in trouble, right?
Right. Hey, Kathy, my friend Kathy out of Dallas.
Hey, Kathy, what's happening?
She in the comments. Hey, she said, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like this ain't nothing. It took me 9 years to get to this.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if a job alone is not enough, I think that I hate to say this, but I think when you have a job, you in the struggling side of life. It's like you're never gonna have enough money for now, and you definitely don't have enough money to invest for later. So you having to eat your seed. It's like, man, the hell with investing. I need to live for now.
Right now.
And you're gonna find yourself 75, 80 years old, if that, still trying to work.
And you know, it's a shame that you have to kind of that you have to choose. And I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, I didn't learn a lot from this business, but at the same time, inflation is not playing. So, you know, we were always advised that if you're putting money into your 401k or IRA or whatever, use money that you don't need, you know, that you won't miss. And I'm having to reevaluate, like, well, maybe I need a little bit of this back because inflation. I mean, inflation is no joke. You could be doing all the right things, and just because today, Thursday, they decide to go up $5 on the price of something that was $10 yesterday. And they're gonna give you half the amount you would have got for $5.
Let me throw this scenario at you. So every day I go out to my job and I come home. Now, when I'm out, if I got to get some gas, my truck, it's a diesel, it's gonna take $140 to fill up.
Ooh.
Now,
how many times can you ride to work off a full time?
About a week, almost a week. Okay, if that. Now, here's the thing. Now, when wife works, everybody's working, baby's at school. I get the call, we hungry. So, you know, even at the gas at the drive-through, you're gonna spend $40, $50.
Tell me about it.
So between every time I leave out the house, it feels like I done spent $120 to $500, to almost $150 a day, and I ain't making $200 a day. What do you think gonna happen? See, people don't realize a job is not free.
No, it's not.
If you leave your house and have to come back home, is somewhere you're gonna spend. I done spent, keep in mind, spend about $25 at work just buying food and snacks and honey buns just to make it through the day. And I was like, wait a minute now, I'm pimping backwards.
And that's what it feels like. It really do feel like that. And it's like something else that happened the other week. I get on a soapbox when it comes to health insurance because they want you to pay these premiums and all this stuff in hopes that you never use it, like any type of insurance. But anyway, with the insurance I have, the thing now is the deductible. I remember when I first started working years ago, I didn't even know what a deductible was because you didn't have to worry about that. The most you had to worry about was paying that copay. And when it went up from $15 to $20, we was mad. Like, what? I wish I could. Now, my deductible is $8,000. So I got to spend $8,000 out of pocket before the insurance covers anything. So, that one thing that they do cover is like the basic preventive medicine. Everybody get their annual checkup, mammogram if you're a female. Naya, she gets her annual checkup. That's included. So, me being from that side of the medical thing, when I go in, I make sure to tell them this is my free visit. This the only thing y'all give me free. Do you know they fooled around and charged me? Talking about because when I went this last time, my doctor wasn't there. So I saw her nurse practitioner. Oh, the nurse practitioner not covered. This the mess I'm talking about. So, like you said, $100,000, a six-figure salary back in the day versus a six-figure salary now, it ain't no six figures.
It ain't no six figures.
Not by the time inflation ate you up and deductibles and new taxes.
Y'all better stop thinking. Y'all better stop thinking y'all gonna get rich off a wage now. I'm gonna tell y'all. And then another big thing. Oh, hey, Southern Belle, what's happening? I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, she said, hi, Melatonin, stopping by to support. Love your content. Awesome. I learned something new every time I stop by. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. That's great. But so what me and Alyssa are trying to let's really think back in. So we're trying to show y'all that even though either whether you have a brick and mortar business or a online business, you need some type of business to offset some of the deductions that you're spending money. And what we try to tell people is if you're spending money anyway, you need to utilize the tax system so it can help you absorb some of the costs that you're putting out every day, every week, every month. And this is what our business is about. It gives you access to be able to get certain tax deductions that are only available to you if you're a business owner.
Kevin said fact. Six figures ain't nothing.
You sure ain't.
They didn't get a chance to be nothing. It's like they moved. What did you say? Move the goalpost.
They moved the goalpost.
Every time we finally get to where we're trying to get to, they up the end and moved the thing further. So like 100,000 now is like in today's time probably what, half that. When you think about the cost of living versus the cost of living versus how much you paying,
right,
and everything. So even if you got a six-figure job, if you don't have some kind of way to
you know what I want to think. I'm gonna tell you, I truly feel that when we joined this company, it was God sent, because it's like what we're seeing now. Like we saw this 9 years ago. The co-founders of the company were saying people don't realize everybody's going to need some type of home-based business because things keep going up. It was gradually going up at one point, but now it's skyrocketed. It's almost like homes in my neighborhood. If this house was $200,000, now it's $400,000. You see what I'm saying? So nobody can afford to live or buy in a neighborhood now. It's like, man, you got to be making well over six figures. I'm talking about 200,000-300,000. You know, 100,000 ain't no money for real.
Hey, Rico Savvy.
Rico, hey, that's my guy. He been dropping some serious nuggets on me. Hey, man, we are on point with this call to action, man. I'm like, you can talk all day.
Tell her in. She coming.
Man, I'm telling y'all, this thing right here, I think it's an eye-opening experience. They say pain moves you. And sometimes people get so comfortable where they are. This is a perfect analogy. They said you can put a frog in a pot and turn it up a few degrees at a time. That frog will stay in that pot, man, until he cook himself to death. You know what I'm saying? That's how society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You turn it up just a few notches, and the Joker just be sitting there chilling, and next thing you know, he done boil over. But man, I don't know. Right now, the way inflation and taxes set up, man, some scalding water on my butt. I'm jumping right up out of there real quick. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what it feels like. Scalding water.
Yeah, it's getting hot. It's heating up. I'm talking. I mean, man,
because I'm telling you, that's the biggest thing. When right now I'm renting, but the thought of when I was kind of looking to buy a home, and this is the part that's the killer part for me. This same house prior to COVID, $175,000. After COVID, almost $300,000. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
this house didn't change.
It didn't change.
It's like something inside of me be like, I know that house ain't worth what it was.
But you know what's crazy though, Melissa? It's people that's gonna be stuck in an apartment that want to move. It got so bad where people's credits have gotten so jacked up because you having to float. And I used to do this. You had to float some debt until payday. It's almost like, man, okay, my check it didn't go far enough. So let me pull about $300-400 off this credit card, right? And then $300-400 keep compounding. And then you maxed out, and then your credit tanks. It is almost like it's a trap. It's like a never-ending cycle when it comes to the lack of financial literacy. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you don't have a home-based business or some type of business that can offset, you're gonna be in trouble. We all struggling. I'm gonna tell you, six-figure earner, even some millionaires are telling you, hey, look, it's hurting us. It's hurting seven-figure earners. They can feel it.
And that's why I say I keep it 100. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the spike in the cost of living has not affected me. It's affected me.
Oh, yeah.
But the good part is I have my plan B. I have my emergency fund, which is things that used to not be an emergency might start being an emergency in a minute because it's just like they are increasing. I guess I think I would accept it more if you were raising prices on me and the quality was better, or you were giving me more or something. If I'm gonna pay $300 for the same electricity that cost me $150 last month, let the lights be brighter or something. Let the stove heat harder. What? And it's like that's the part that gets me. Like the price is going up, but what am I getting out of it besides a headache?
Yeah. Hey, look, okay, it's 7:43. I tell you what, so we already know it's gloomy out there. So people getting toe up, credit bad, not enough money coming in from the job, all of the product stuff high. Call to action. What do we do in our business to help you get where you need to be, where you don't have to struggle? I heard you talk about the emergency fund. Let's talk about how to getting some of this cash flow to help people get to those goals that you already talked about, Melissa.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you are just doing a W-2 job, there are certain deductions and cost cuts that you are not eligible for as long as you're working for somebody else. They may be, but you're not. You're just an employee. When you become a home-based business owner, then you qualify for certain deductions that the average person who just works a regular job, even they unaverage. If you work a regular job, you do not get these same deductions. So, for example, first thing I did when I got started, Tony told me, he was like, we need to update your W-4. I'm like, what is it? I don't even know what the didn't even know what the technical term was. Okay, so got in, started looking at that, start answering the questions. They just questions about my own life that only I can answer. You know,
Okay, let's tell them. So if somebody out there don't know what the purpose of the W-4 is, updating your W-4, and it tells them what.
When your W-4 is telling the government how much you want taken out of your check in taxes. Plain and simple, that's what it is. Usually when you get started, depending on how long you've been at your job, if you've been there for years, you might have did the paper copy. Now it's everybody pretty much electronic, where you going in and they ask you, you know, how many dependents you have, can anybody else claim you, that little short form. Well, if you have a business, that form gets a little bit longer. It used to be a 1 page, and we would say flip it over and look at the back. Well, it went from a 1 page to a 4 page. Now, I don't even know if they do it on paper no more. Do they even do it on paper?
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to confuse you with all of this paperwork, and now they're going electronic. You know, some people don't have a clue about it, how it works.
I hate to sound like conspiracies, but I feel like all of that is a part of, because people like Tony and I are getting out here every week and telling you about this W-4 and how you can use it and what it's for. And they started probably seeing, and because it's not just us, we have thousands of associates who are giving that same message. So, and we're giving that message to people whether they have a business or not, because there's a lot of people who don't have a business still have the form filled out wrong. So anyway, because times has changed, they changed the form, tried to make it a little more confusing, a little harder to access. But never fear, we still here and we still telling you how to do it. So anyway, once I updated my W-4 as a business owner, where before me living in this apartment had nothing to do with a business, I paid the full rent. I didn't worry about getting any money back. Now that I'm a business owner, this very same apartment has turned into a part of it, not the whole thing. A portion of it has turned into an office. What do I need to operate this office? I need power. It just so happens the power is attached to the rest of the house. So I still, a portion of that utility bill still goes for my business. What else do I need? I need running water. I need I need internet. I'm doing this business over virtually. So if it's online, I can't do it without the internet. So all of these things now, I can go in and factor into, no, you need to give me that back, because I need that to do my business. And then even mileage, like if I'm going around doing anything business related, that gas yesterday, that was just money piling up, you know, a credit card, gas card bill piling up, because I had to fill up 2 or 3 times. Now a portion of that, I don't know what the mileage rate is now. Isn't it like 60 cents a mile or something like that?
It goes up every year. It's like 67, 68 cents a mile, somewhere around there.
So for every mile I drive that's business related, 60% of it I can get back as a business expense, because I have a business. Now, me and my brother might be going to the same, we both going to my mom's house. When I leave my house and go to my mom's house, I know I'm gonna go over there and I'm going to talk business. I'm going to talk my econ. I'm gonna talk saving money. Now, my trip is a business trip, so my mileage can be written off. He going to the same house. He don't have a business. He just gonna have, you know, a gas bill. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what with me being able to provide how much I think I'm going to be, you know, because the first year when you first get started, you don't really know to the dollar how much it's gonna cost you to run your business. So you kind of, they give you something to go by as a guide. So once I did that, when I got my first check, that was an additional $400. I get paid twice a month. So think about it. That's $800 a month that I started bringing back into my house. Now, I don't know of a part-time job in the world that was gonna get me money back in my pocket that quick. Even if I started working part-time that week, I had to wait 2 weeks to get paid. And then that money is gonna be taxed. And because I got 2 jobs, it's gonna be more taxed. So when I did it this way, I got money back into my pocket that was more than I would have gotten had I gotten a part-time job.
Right. This is good.
So that's like the first thing. The next thing is once you have that additional money, you can start paying down any debt that you have, and you're going to want to build an emergency fund. Usually for an emergency fund, they tell you calculate how much you spend on your bills in a month. Multiply that by 3, that's your emergency fund. So if you want to add up all of your rent, your utilities, anything that you pay regularly once a month, and this is going to get you through so that if something happens that you can't work, you have 3 months worth of your, bill money that's already put aside, and don't touch it. Like for me, I put mine in a money market account where it's liquid, meaning I can get to it. It's not like with retirement where you got to fill out forms and all that stuff. Only thing I have to do is go in and tell them to transfer, but it takes a few days. So it's not for like quick purchases like, oh, I seen this purse, I gotta have it, I'm gonna dip in my emergency fund. Oh no, you're not. So I put mine purposely in a place like that where if I have an emergency, I can get to it within a couple of days, but I'm not making any rash business, purchase decisions. Like I seen like I said, a purse. People now be paying $500-$600 for a purse.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that, but somebody might think it's worth dipping in their emergency fund until that emergency happened and the money not there. So that was one thing. Then I made sure to start eliminating debt. When you eliminate debt, that lowers your need to use your credit cards. Credit cards versus cash, interest. I will say this: there's nothing wrong with using a card if you can pay it off every month. That would be ideal, because if you pay it off every month, you'll never get interest. It was just like cash. If something comes up and you do have to use that card, you don't want it to already be at $10,000 and you got to charge something else. So my thing is eliminate your debt, build your emergency fund, and now when inflation jumps in and starts kicking butt, you can be like, you know what, it still hurt. Like I still can feel the boot print on my butt, but it don't hurt so bad because
you don't hurt as bad.
Extra padding.
Yeah, you got some extra padding on you. He ain't knocked all the meat off your cheeks. So look, I'm gonna take what Melissa just said and I'm gonna flip it back around. So everything that Melissa just told y'all, our company compensates us for sharing this knowledge. Now, I can tell y'all, we all have sold to somebody. We just didn't get paid. We've told somebody about something that has helped us, something that we like, something that tastes good, something that drove good, some of our experiences. Look, you are a brand. Your name, your social security number, sole proprietorship, connect yourself with some type of business so you can start generating income. A job alone is not enough. It's in the Bible, y'all. I done read it a couple of times. I can't remember the Bible verse, but it says you have to invest in at least 7 to 8 streams, y'all. It's in the Bible. Tony didn't make this stuff up. I'm telling y'all, I read it a couple of times. I said, this kind of makes sense. If I ain't got but one job and I'm struggling with that one job, and they say, Jesus and God say, look, I ain't tell you to concentrate on that one little job. I told you to go do something else. But if you want to do that one little job, don't be praying to me about nothing. I told you already. You worrying me for nothing. I done already gave you the basic instructions on what you're supposed to be doing. I done gave you the power to gain wealth. I told you to go out and get these multiple streams of income. I didn't tell you to go out and owe nobody, staying in the debt. That's all on you. You doing that. We got to start doing this thing right. And it's like all biblical principles. Our business was built on biblical principles, man. And I'm starting to see how if you're not doing these things, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. I mean, I'm trying to get out of debt because I know if my debt is zero, my money would go further, right?
Mhm.
I'll have more money to invest. And if I keep sharing this information with people that don't know, I get compensated for it. So
Right.
this is our business. You have to make an attempt to make a profit. We doing it right now. We sharing what we've learned in this membership, this business in a box. It gave us basic instructions on how to get wealthy, and the business simply says, go and share it with someone else so we can pay you. And I'm
Right.
cool with that. I'm cool
Yeah,
with
because
that.
you share all kinds of stuff like Tony said for free. You know, told them what restaurant to go to, where to shop at,
Yeah.
who got the cheapest grocery. You done
Mm.
gave out all these tips and you ain't earned a dime.
Not no one time.
Nothing. You
Hey,
even
you
done
all
watch
on
them.
social
Look,
media, you on TikTok, you all on YouTube, and everybody getting paid except you. I said
except
you.
you. And then think about it. You putting money in other folks' pockets for real. Because like all of the people who, let's say, I'm just gonna use for example the Color Purple. Color Purple came out, everybody talking about going to see it. Depending on who you talk to, you may not have went and seen that movie, and that saved you $15. So that put
They're
money
like,
back
don't go
in
see
your
that.
pocket.
If you don't like no singing, don't go see that. So folks gonna
Right.
tell you whether they like it or they don't like it.
And see, Tony told me that for free. So that saved me money. But did he earn anything from it? No, he did not. So yeah, keep that in mind. The call to action is look at your financial situation. Decide today that this is something that you want to get started on. Don't put it off until tomorrow. I kept putting it off. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna check on it. I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna do. Just right now, you can get started for as low as $19.95. For $19.95, you get the full gamut of everything this business has to offer for the first 30 days. After that, then you'll pay $39.95 a month. Or if you decide to include the travel, it's a little bit more. But the biggest thing is you got a business now. You're eligible for the deductions now. Get in there and learn what the deductions are and how they work for you. This whole business is teaching you and helping you to teach others. You know, we teach you how to improve your credit. We teach you how to teach yourself how to improve your credit because it's a do-it-yourself credit kit. But you know, nobody's gonna be as concerned about your credit as you. So you need to do it yourself. Because the next person, whether they can get this off or not, they still gonna live to see another day. Like, well, I tried, couldn't get that off. So you're gonna have to ride that out. Well, if you know what you're doing yourself, you know whether they telling the truth or not. So I'm gonna say if you do not have business, go to or reach out to Tony or myself. We are on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you see us, put something in the comments and let's get started. And I know Tony's sitting on a couple of coupons over there, so we might could get you started for less than $19. But the whole point is get started. If you get started and you get in there and you feel like, ooh, I ain't ready to bring my money home, or I'm not ready to not owe income taxes. I like paying taxes. It's fun. Then you can just cancel your membership and go on back over there and pay your taxes, you know. But if you're looking for something else, and then I'm gonna also set this out here for anybody who already has a business. You might already have your thing and you doing your thing, your numbers good, you know, bringing in income, but are you writing off everything you should be writing off? Are you getting all the deductions you're eligible for? Are you leaving money on the table? So for you, I'm gonna challenge you to get in for 30 days too, because you might jump in here and really get an eye opener when you figure out not only can I be bringing in income from the product that I'm selling or the service I provide, but I get all of these deductions. I'm really about to do it, you know? So that is our call to action for you. Get in touch with one of us before we come back on here next Thursday, and we will get you started, and you'll really know what we're talking about. These are our testimonies. We're trying to get you your own testimony. We don't want you to have to tell, Well, I know Melissa, she got her credit score up to an 837. People ain't gonna care that you know me. They want to know what you did. What's your number is?
I know that's right. What's your number is? You've been in for 2 years.
Look, that's like, you know how much I love Shaq. That's like I said, I know Shaq and he makes millions of dollars every year. What they got to do with the price of the power bill over here? Nothing.
Oh man.
So get in, get your own story, have your own testimony.
Yeah.
If it's not for you after those first 30 days, cancel it and keep it moving. But with inflation being the way that inflation is, you owe it to yourself or your children, whoever getting shortchanged. Somebody is missing, ain't getting something because of inflation. Because I can tell you, there's a plenty of stuff I done said no to in this house since inflation kicked in. We ain't right. On it. So anyway, thank you for joining us. Tony, got any final words for him?
Final words is the government is going to pay the bill, even though you may pay a little more upfront, but at the end, trust the process. The government will refund you your money and write off your lifestyle. That's what it's all about, y'all. Get your business started today.
And you know what? I did not finish reading this. Okay, y'all know I had went down the list and I told you all the businesses that are closed. The next thing says the largest transportation provider in the U.S. does not own a single car, Uber. The largest movie company in the world does not own a movie theater, Netflix. The largest hotel company in the world does not own a single hotel. It's the Airbnb. The largest retailer in the world does not own a single department store. And I ain't even got to tell you who that is. Amazon. And down here at the bottom it says, if you haven't realized by now that you need a home-based business of some sort, then you need to. The time is now. So we're going to let you marinate on that.
Marinate on
it. And we're going to come back next week and we're going to talk about it all over again because that's what we do. We get on here and we attempt to educate and at the same time keep ourselves legit as having a genuine business. So that's that on that. Happy Aries season, everybody.
Thank you for having me. Thank you all for coming on. Appreciate
and
you.
We will, let me see, I better do this on my phone because my computer acting real crazy over here. And I'll be over here trying to end the show for the next 30 minutes. You know how I do me. Let's see here. Outro. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next go around.
Peace.
Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Now, are you ready to start your home-based business? If your answer is yes, contact Tony or Melissa to get started today.